Good evening, dear friends, and welcome to show you the love that I have for you, the connection that I have for you, the almost Pavlovian tethering that I have to you. If that makes any sense, Mrs. L. And I came back from a whirlwind, Long Island, madcap evening. I got back just in time and I said, you know what? I've got time to jump on board and let's talk about a few things which I think we need to talk. And that's the complete and total collapse of TPUSA and ERIKA KIRK at the hands of none other than, that's right, the princess herself, Candace Owens. And I want to talk to you about that. So I said, let me go home, let me slap together a thumbnail, throw on a thing, get this thing going, and let's just move. So let's do it, shall we? Let's do it. But before we begin, let me remind you of something. In case there is Sodom and Gomorrah redux, if ever there is some kind of a weird calamity and collapse of civilization as we know it, and you and your family have to get out of Dodge and fast, do you have a bug out bag? Do you have something that is there ready to go that's got all the shit you need? I mean, not banana chips and jerky, but I mean everything, stuff you've never even thought of. Well, if you don't have one of these, I know just the place to get them now. When disaster hits, you don't rise to the occasion. You fall back on what you already prepared. Wildfires, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, blackouts, EMP and grid attacks, riots, disaster. Get it? And when the warning comes, there's no time to search for flashlights or bottled water or first aid supplies while your family waits at the door. That's why My Patriot Supply created the fully stocked bug out bag. You've got to get this. It's a rugged, grab-and-go tactical backpack packed with 60 emergency essentials, including food, water, shelter, fire, starting tools, lighting, first aid, and more. Everything is already packed and ready right out of the box. Keep one in your car, your home, your RV, your office, your cabin, because the emergencies never make appointments. And right now, you can get $100 off plus free shipping for a limited time. So act now. There will be no special invitation in life. Disaster always comes unannounced. Get prepared now. Go to preparewithlionel.com. That's preparewithlionel.com and click the link today. They are freaking out, my friends. I'm hearing that Turek and others, people are going berserk in bananas. What is the matter with these people? For the love of God, don't you just learn at this point? Stop reacting to this. Let it go. I've never seen such a bunch of imbeciles in my life. Why do you feel the need, some kind of a Pavlovian patellar response, to respond to everything? Again, what you're telling everybody, you jadrules, is that you have no interest whatsoever in perpetuating and keeping the doors open of TPUSA. You're letting Candace Owens tell you what to do. If you were smart, you'd say, in a minute, sister, in a minute, and then let it go. But you know that whenever she says something, here they come. Here they come. And the retinue of these simpletons. I don't know who these people are, but my God, it's incredible. The rants, Mr. Turek what is going on? What do you make out of this? Do they see that the end is nigh? Do you believe this is guilt? There's no guilt involved. What are you talking about? I have never seen such an imbecilic retinue, a convocation of such lunacy than this. There should be a rule. Number one, ERIKA, shut up. Just take 6 months. Just relax. Spend time with your babies. Just back off. How can I miss you if you won't go away? I think Dan Hicks and his Hot Licks made that special. How can we let's know what it's like to just miss you for a moment. Every time you open your mouth, something new comes out. Some new kind of a what? What? It's as though you've been with a spouse who has sullied the marital estate, who has just lied, needless lying, unnecessary lying about everything. And you're at the point where you cannot listen. Let me say this again, and I love you. And I know exactly how you feel because I think I feel the same way. I think I am unable to listen to anything that she has to say because I've just had it. You see, most of us, we react very negatively to what we think is BS and lies. And there's never been, well, let me tell you something. Take the entire battalion of the TPUSA staff, and while, how do I say this? I don't, when I hear them, it's not as though they're, I don't want to say they're not lying. I'm not saying that. It's almost like poor choice of words, poor reaction. But we're hearing, and this is important, things out of Eric in particular. And again, we go back to, I know she's a widow, but she just won't stop. And when she says something, people will go back and say, well, that's not right, and that's not right, and this contradicts. So what I'm saying is, why? I don't know why. It's like somebody getting up and the cops are saying, keep your mouth shut. And the person keeps talking and the cop whacks them, or the bad guy whacks them. And they say, keep your mouth shut. And they keep talking and they get smacked again. And you ask yourself, why are you doing this? Do you think, and this is the most important, this goes to TPUSA and everybody else, do you think at this point anything is going to get better? Do you really honestly feel, seriously, answer my question, answer it as truthfully as is possible, if it is possible in the least. Do you really think that things are going to get better, that you're going to clarify something, that you're going to say something, some anecdote, some account, some moment with Charlie and the kids and Gigi, where people are going to say, wait a minute, we have been so wrong about this. This woman is, no, please say more. No, it's not going to happen. And this isn't against the law. Nobody's committing any crimes. She can talk all day long. What I'm wondering is, from a strategic point of view, I don't understand any of this. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be absolutely great? By the way, Candace is giving them 2 weeks to come up with the truth. There's no, this is so perfect. The timing around her vacation and Barron, this is great. Actually, they never learn, Toy. They never learn. Wouldn't it be funny? Now, I'm not suggesting this. I don't know anything about, I'm just guessing. But wouldn't it be kind of funny if somebody said, hey, listen, what do you really have in mind? What do you mean? I mean, look, you're going on, are you giving him 2 weeks? Nah. I'm just going away for 2 weeks, and I figure, well, it's driving me crazy. We'll just let everybody hang on. We'll let everybody hang on and go crazy. They're not going to say anything. They're not going to come clean. They don't know what to come clean about. About what? What are they going to come clean about? Nothing. Now, I can only speak for me. I know I would ever deign to speak on behalf of Candace or anybody else for that matter. I can only speak for me. I don't think these people had anything to do with anything. I don't think they had anything to do with anything. And I'll tell you one reason why. You're too stupid. The people anybody who, listen, you and I understand something. If somebody went so far as to use some type of a non-conventional form of projectile, we're talking some pretty heavy stuff. We're talking some pretty heavy stuff, okay? And none of those people who would be smart enough, wise enough, and organized enough to do this would ever pick these retardates to be a part of this. Can you think of anybody that you say, okay, now listen, do me a favor. Come here. I've got this device here. Assuming, just hear me out. We're going to wire Charlie with something that's so state of the art. I just want you to know this. You got to put this, make sure he wears this mic. Make sure he wears his mic. Okay. Here, it's directional. It's a directed charge. It's got to be right. And you got to keep your mouth shut. And if you're caught, you're going to have to know how to just not say anything. Do you think any of these idiots, can you believe Neff or one of these jadrules could actually say, who would pick any of these people? Certainly not. And I can't say enough. ERIKA, she knew nothing of this stuff. But if it's true, these morons have nothing to do with anything. They have nothing to do with anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? They are, how do I say this? They have nothing to do with anything. Nothing. So it's almost like, I don't know what would bother them more. 2 weeks to come up with what? What are they going to come up with? Did you see the picture of them carrying Charlie? These battle-hardened combat vets, these guys who are sealed, whatever the heck they are. Did you see the way they're carrying him? Did you see this? I mean, I'm surprised that didn't cause a problem. Why didn't they call 911? The more we go into this, they look like the Keystone Cops. So what I'm saying is, after 2 weeks, nothing's going to happen. You think these people would sit down and say, okay, fellas, listen, do me a favor. All right? Quiet. Okay. We are all stupid. So don't if Candace comes up with something, let it go. And please, to all of our friends like Tactical, Schmactical, whatever, please don't respond to this. Don't make it worse. Because you merely call attention to it. Why are you doing this? You don't know what happened. I don't care how many weapons you have on the walls. You don't know what happened. Who are you? I don't know about you, but Candace, everybody else are merely saying, this could make sense. This is worth it, but this could very well be. And then we turn to somebody who has a beard and a rifle on the wall, and you're an expert in this? Seriously. Is there anything you don't know? Is your level of expertise so immane, so broad ranging that you know everything? Stop it. Seriously. Do yourself. And like I told you before, and I'm going to say it again, we're still trying to figure out what happens. But every time somebody says something, these idiots jump up and down, and they don't get it. They don't get it. So now the most brilliant thing was yesterday was when Candace says, look, I'm going to respond to this. I was going to go on vacation, but I want to drop this. And what's even more interesting, let me ask you a question. Was there anything really drastic about what was dropped yesterday? Be honest with me. It was good because of the timing. Candace is going to be away. Strategic, and I'm not giving away anything. She's going to be on vacation. This just lingers. It lets the shit stirrers just go crazy. But was there anything really drastic that happened? It's almost like a limited hangout. Is there anything that was really drastic? Oh my God. They put up pictures of a fracture of shattered glass. which we'll get to later. But is this, their reaction should have been, I don't know. You tell me what that is. See, if I were these people, I don't want to give them any ideas. I would say, what is that? Baron and Candace, what is it? Oh, glass? Okay. Is that from what do you think that's from? Yeah. Well, listen, let me know. By God, we want to make sure that we find out if there's anything whatsoever, any bit of information, any fact, any alternative theory that helps us get to the bottom of this. And by the way, if we are wrong, God knows it's been true. If the police are wrong, if the prosecution is wrong, we welcome you. So please let us know. Have a nice day. And thank you for your work. Move on. There would have been no reaction. Nobody would have lost their minds. And you would say, please tell us what it is. Baron, do you believe, Candace, do you believe that this might be a shape charge? Okay. You know what? We'll be willing to hear that. That's fantastic. Please keep us apprised. Next. And then what I would say is, whatever they would do, I'd say, well, is that really enough? We have to be sure. Let's make sure. But as soon as they put up remember when, you got it from Honey, because tonight, my mind is going crazy. I cannot remember who was the fellow. Remember the fellow who was he worked for the DNC. You know what I'm talking about. They found him. He was murdered in D.C. He was robbed, but they never took anything. You remember this? He was robbed. Seth Rich. Thank you. Seth Rich. Remember Seth Rich? Remember when his parents said, don't talk about it. What? Don't talk about getting to the bottom of who killed our son. Wait a minute. Okay. Even Sean Hannity had to say, like, all right. But whatever. That was weird. This is the guy who, by the way, was robbed, and they never took anything. It was a botched robbery. It was another one of those things. And the same thing with Breitbart, who all of a sudden, Breitbart, after saying, I'm going to drop something big about Barack Obama, boom, all of a sudden he gets a heart attack. I'm just saying. But go through and ask yourself the question, how do you react to this? There's going to be schools where they say, we're going to study TPUSA, say, this is how not to react. This is how not to react. This is the most important thing in the world. Look how they're reacting. Candace goes like this and they jump. Have you ever seen, who has a cat? You've seen this. You ever see this? When you take a little pen light, and you go like that, and the cat just goes crazy. Did you ever see that? I had a cat one time where you could take one of those Klondike bars, or take little balls, and throw it, and they would jump off the bed and hit it and fetch. It was wild. But this cat would run into the wall. And over and over again. I say, do you not know what you're doing? I've got this pet. Look, bang, bang. Of course, I should stop doing that. It's the weirdest thing. By the way, if you have a cat and you want to see something, it's not cruel, but it's funny. Take a piece of like Scotch tape. Have you ever put it on their paw? It's a blur. What the hell? Do that in memory of me. Okay. These people jump all the time. And the retinue, the same coterie, the same parade of lunatics come forward and they act like fools over and over and over. And they keep falling for it. And they come up with, you're a grifter. Are you doing that grifter thing again? You're a grifter. Now, what I want you to do, what I like to do is, I shouldn't tell you this, but what's really funny, because a lot of these people are so happy to have somebody talk to them, they love it. They've got some real schmendricks. These people, they are submental. I don't want to give their names out, but they just write crap. So if you're ever really bored, just respond to them on X and say, well, what do you mean? Candace, she's a grifter. How? How? Well, she's spreading hate. What do you mean by hate? If they get about 1,000 of these things, they'll go crazy. Am I not making myself clear? Apparently not. Are you saying that you disagree with Candace? Yes. Well, what about? I just told you. Well, what in particular? What do you mean? Grift how? How is she grifting? You mean grist or grift? How is she doing? These people are morons. And what's interesting is that, with all due respect, a lot of guys are saying, and listen, God bless people who have been in the military. But some of these people say, what the hell am I going to do? What? Shit, I've been doing this for my whole life. I don't know what I'm going to do. What the hell do I do? Says, hey, hang on a minute. You got any tats on you? Yeah. Can you wear a wife beater, a t-shirt, or you call it a third world smoking jacket? What? Can you do that? Yeah. Can you put all your guns on the wall and talk about guns and stuff? Yeah. Perfect. You can just say you were with the 4030, whatever it is, recon penumbras, and you can go on TV and you can be an expert and you can do it. But I don't know shit about that. Don't matter. Don't matter. You're an expert. Why don't you just tell me you're in the service? Don't matter. And just have us start off with you doing push-ups or something. Hell, you can talk about anything you want. Charlie, law, courtroom stuff, Candace. I'm telling you, it's a damnedest thing. It's a new genre. Just go out there and you're just being a goddamn expert. See? If I don't know anything, you don't have to know anything. Just go on, just call it. Look. Just write these words down. Grifter, liar, devil. What? Call Candace a devil. Why? I don't know why. We don't know shit, but who knows? We'll get some numbers. Don't know where this will go. We don't know what else to do. And whatever they say, you say the opposite. Well, do you think that maybe there is a reasonable doubt that Tyler Robbins? I don't care about Tyler Robbins. I don't care about Charlie Kirk. I don't care about anybody. I just got to do something for me. You just got to look. People keep calling her, she's evil and demonic. You just look at them like that. You just start talking like that. Say, what's the matter with you? You're crazy. That's all you got to do. Just stick with Candace. And then whoever comes along, you just say the same thing. Make fun of them. They're too young. They're too old. They're too fat. They're too this. But never talk about the facts because you don't know shit. Get used to it, boy. You don't know shit. If you knew what you were talking about, you wouldn't be doing this. You'd have a goddamn job. Hell, it's easy to just be a shit stirrer all day long and say, oh, that's bullshit. But give it a shot. Listen, let's face it. We don't have a whole lot of things to say. Look at us. All of a sudden, we got this Candace Owens. She's hotter than hell. She's fantastic. So we don't want to jump in. Why? Because we got to research the damn facts. You want to be barren? Shit, this guy's up there. I don't even think the guy sleeps. He's there. He does a 3-hour podcast, knows every bit of data. You can barely read. You've never read a book in your life. And you want to be you want to be him? No. Don't be him. Do the other way around. Just be a shit stirrer. Just say you're demon, you're demonic. And write this down. Write this down. ERIKA is a widow. What does that mean? I don't know what it means. It means that she's a widow and you're not supposed to talk about her, I guess. You're not supposed to talk about her because she's a widow. Yes. I don't know. Hell, we don't have nothing to say. There were other people before. I said, I know Johnny, I know Jay, I know Jackie Kennedy, Ethel Kennedy, Chris Scott Ken, I know Mary Todd Lincoln, I know Yoko Ono, Courtney Love, I know, they're all widows, but see, look, come on. Do you have anything good to say about ERIKA KIRK? I mean, she's not a bad person. I mean, seriously, this woman's dumb as rocks. Do you want to talk about her? No, no, don't talk about her. You want to talk about any of these people from TPUSA? This guy named Mackie this and Neffy this and COVID this and Covert and all these other people. No, do you want to you want to talk about them? No, they don't know what they're doing. You want to do that? No. So what you do is don't talk about them. Talk about Candace. Just call her evil. Just call her demonic, satanic. I don't care. Make up a biblical verse. The book of Fellatio. Just make something up. They're not going to check this out. Just talk about how you know what you're talking about because you know guns. You know guns. You know how to kill. Yeah, baby. They're not going to check you out. Who knows? They worked in the motor pool. They don't know about nothing like that. Okay? That's exactly what this is. It is the biggest joke ever. It is classic. And we should have, I swear to God, we've got to have the Lint Brush Award for the most bombastic, stupid, base, meaningless collections of the most insipid, vapid, void, vacuous, demented stupicies that anybody has ever seen. A veritable parade of the Ingrams, these morons. It's incredible. I mean, seriously, we should have the best of. I mean, do you have this is important. Do you have any idea? Do you have a favorite of yours? Do you really understand this? Do you know what we're talking about? This is in the world of this, whatever you want to call it, genres, podcasting. At first it was the mafia. Remember that? The mafia? I think it's old. Then there was some other things as well. And then there was really, I think Sean Ryan really kind of really narrowed it down. And everybody wants to be a new Sean Ryan. Everybody's going on Sean Ryan. And for some reason, people think that because you have been in the military, again, God bless you, thank you for your service, did you know anything about this? It's a brand new thing. It's this, I don't know what it is. And then you have these morons who sit there and say, I don't know why anybody's giving this Candace such a hard time. And I'm asking him, I said, do you think they're just being mean? I mean, maybe there are some mean, but do you think, it's like the other day, Sean Hannity was on with Fetterman out of Philadelphia, and Sean Hannity looked at the camera and said, why do these people have such a hard time with Israel? Why? And I thought, you're serious, aren't you? No, seriously, Sean. I don't think you're kidding. I mean, I don't think you really understand. I don't think this guy's worth maybe $300-400 million doing what? He said this. Now, whether you agree with it doesn't really matter. But to be that clueless, because we are awash in clueless. We really are. And the person who came along, I'm telling you, Candace came along and she was doing okay. I always knew she was there. I just didn't really come across her. It's okay. Because she worked with that creepy Ben Shapiro and that Dennis Prager, who is just, bless his heart, he had a terrible fall and I wish him well. But this guy scares the hell out of him. Dennis Prager used to follow me on WABC. He came on for a while. I forget where he was. And Dennis Prager started his show. His theme song was like classical music. And they said, oh, no. Well, don't you understand? No, don't you understand? This is WABC. This is the days of Bob Grant, Rush Limbaugh, and it was wild. So he was doing this thing. He said, "Well, I'm going to do the finest show there is, highest grade," and I was watching the next, pretty much thereafter. And don't ask me why, but I caught it on TV. And his show, they had a camera. Women were walking around. I swear to you, I remember scantily clad. I don't know what it was about. Lingerie shows, the sin of lingerie. I have no idea. But all I know was these people were walking with their ass hanging and shaking and jiggling. And I said, this is the guy who said that his show's gonna be the highest, setting the standards for moral clarity. So I came on. I said, well, I got a load of Mr. Moral Clarity over here, and this was like a TNA show. Management told me later on, we don't appreciate that. He's so full of shit, these people. They're hypocrites. Just whatever you do, tell me, but don't change your mind. 4 Halo says, awesome Candace interview. Insta Iranians have written proof of ordered explosive was USA made for Kirk. Don't know about that. Did you hear the latest that we're back at war with Iran? Do you believe any of this? I don't. Well, the United States USS Barney Fife has attacked an installation of drones. Okay, maybe, but but do you believe it's devastating? I don't believe anything anymore. Did you see this poor disaster? This 250 fest is big. Oh my God, honey, what was the joke? What was it about? Some Uncle Sam was caught yanking it, pleasuring himself, yanking the crank, shaking hands with Shorty. Did you see this? They caught this guy yanking it, okay? Polishing the Nazi helmet, dressed as Uncle Sam. You can't believe this. This, I swear to God, I can't believe what's happening. So anyway, so Candace came along. I thought, okay, you're one of those people. Well, Ben Shapiro. Well, I didn't follow it. I realized, they've had a falling out. Okay. Then she came along, absolutely adamant regarding the Brigitte Macron, which everybody loved. And I thought to myself, wow, do you think that maybe they said, well, it was alleged, as you know, that perhaps maybe she was, how do I say this? That some old pictures of Brigitte may have indicated that perhaps she wasn't telling the truth. In fact, here's an old publicity still. Now, I don't know about you, but her years with Senor Wences, I thought, okay, maybe. And that was okay for a while. It was kind of groovy. And then came this horrible September the 10th of last year. It was absolutely horrible. September the 10th. It was the worst ever. Absolutely horrible. Now, look what somebody said. Lionel Nation, hopefully you'll see through the two-party system or design. You are kidding me, right? Did somebody put you up to this? How many times have I been talking about the left-right paradigm? Where have you been, kid? Where have you been? Thank you, I appreciate this, but don't you love when somebody says, well, now do you understand it? Now do you believe in the deep state? Now? What? We've only been talking about this forever. Don't you love that? Look, what are you going to do? But anyway, September the 10th came along. It was horrible. And I don't know how I found Candace. I think it was about Charlie. Because I'll tell you, if I told you One person I met in particular, right after Charlie was killed, this was a real, shall we say, a real character. You know what I mean? Guy who talks like this. Somebody you would say, no. This guy loved Charlie Kirk, was almost heartbroken. Kids that I never even knew listened to him every day. I thought, oh my God. So anyway, then kind of Candace came into it. And all of a sudden, she and I and most people said, I feel sorry for him, obviously, his family, his mother, his father, his sister, and obviously his wife. Do you remember at first? I didn't know who she was. I thought, this poor thing with kids, this is horrible. And I had no reason whatsoever to believe for a moment that she was anything other than the victim of one of the worst cases or things of all time. It was beyond horrible. And then, as an example, this very sad, very innocent, very victimized, now single mother whose husband was martyred speaks to us. And almost immediately, it went from thank you, which, remember, Candace mentioned the great Kobe Bryant, his wife, her reaction was thank you, but I really can't talk now. Thank you for loving my husband, and I'm going to take, that was it. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we were introduced to this.
Seems to me that nothing will ever be enough for the evil in this world. Our country has become unrecognizable.
What's that? Remember? Who is this woman? That's ERIKA. That's ERIKA? That's ERIKA? For Hello says, Iran hacked USA senior staffers. Insta, YouTube's, whatever. This platform has proof from Iran, explosives made in USA, ordered by, okay. If you have that, let us bring this forward. If you have that anybody was responsible for this, please do this. But as you know, if you wait long enough, you will hear the most phenomenally complicated concatenations of theories and hypotheses. It was Israel. It was Iran. It was TPUSA. It was ERIKA. It was Neff. It was Trump. It was JD Vance. You just wait. So remember, as we say, for some reason I was saying, bring the receipts. It's not enough to say, well, I heard that. Okay, maybe you did. But I've got news for you. A lot of people would say, this has got to be one of the stupidest ways to get rid of somebody. See, this is the problem I have. This is where I've got to make the point. Who in their right mind removed Charlie this way? Something could have gone wrong. A kid, a family, a wind, a movement, a malfunction, some kid is, it's like, why are we doing this? Butler, you could say, well, Butler, you have to do it because you don't see this guy. The reason why they got JFK outside is because you don't see him. He's got 24-hour security. He's inside the White House. And you got to get him when he goes outside. You didn't have to do this with Charlie. Charlie was walking around all the time. I know he wasn't in the mall, but it was ridiculous. There's a part of me that says every country would say, what in the hell do you want to do this for? This is the most stupid thing in the world. Plus, you're going to make him a martyr. This is the part that I really mean this. I know nobody wants to hear this, but you always have to look at the other side of it. I could see Bibi Netanyahu saying, do you know I've got the world against me? I've got the ICC, the ICJ. I've got the world against me. And believe me, this may come as a shock to you, but right down here is Charlie Kirk on my shit list. He's down here somewhere. I've got the world. I'm hanging on by a thread. I'm going to be indicted. I've got, I don't know how many different wars simultaneously. I've got Trump worried about. I've got, believe me, I've got people, I've got the Middle East after me. And do you mean to tell me I'm going to stop what I'm doing? Because, boy, if we take Charlie out in front of everybody, that's going to help me out. That's going to deflate and just dissuade and disappear all of this anti-Israeli sentiment. You got to look at it that way. Then again, the other argument is that these people are crazy. Baby Israel, they're nuts. They're crazy. They blow, they kill, they don't care. Okay, good luck with that one. But I would have said, this is the last person in the world. Your biggest problem is not Charlie Kirk. Now, you might have some people who are really, really pissed off at him. But let me also tell you something. If you want to look at people who are involved, you want to have motivation. Those who were motivated to perhaps cause harm, or those who benefited, cui bono, qui prodest, who benefits? Half of TPUSA. Because right before this happened, Charlie says, I want a full Doge review of this. Where's all this money going? Now, does that mean that they did it? No, but they will benefit tremendously. And if you wanted to do it, why are you doing this in front of people? Why? If I ran the show, I'd say, you're not going to do this in front of people where somebody's going to be arrested. And you're not going to get this guy. Excuse me, can I hear your idea? Yeah, hi, I'm from Mossad. I understand you're planning something. We like to have a rough, even though we're not involved in it, just run this by us. Who are you going to get? Who's the patsy? Who? This kid? Dognose says, it's the deep global power above all government, in my opinion. Maybe. Could be. I hate to bring people down, but just bring it down. Just bring it down. If I'm working for Mossad, because everybody loves Mossad, or Aman, which is their military version of this, I would say, you're going to do what? This is the patsy? This guy? Are you out of your mind? This guy? First of all, if you want to have a patsy, get somebody good. Get somebody who, maybe somebody who really, honest to God, if you say, well, I believe it, somebody who could, if you wanted to take somebody out, maybe somebody who was military, maybe somebody who's got experience. This guy, Commander Goofball, with his gay, trans, fluffy dog, Junebug, Luna, what are you talking about? How many in politics would survive a purge? Well, look at USAID. Why do you think so many of these people, why do you think poor Lionel Richie, it has to sit down when he performs? Rod Stewart's taking oxygen. All these people have to, somebody cut the money from these folks. I don't know where this came from. But if somebody said, no, let us do this. Let us do this. First and foremost, here's what we're going to do. Okay. We're going to have somebody actually do this. Now, he's going to be right there. Now, he doesn't know this, but over here is going to be this sniper who catches him after the fact. Shot, take him out. That's it. That's Butler. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. You're going to have this guy, and what's his weapon of choice? A Mauser 98? His grandpa's weapon? Wait. Are you people serious? And he's going to what? He's going to take it apart and break it down? Are you smoking something here? Seriously, this guy? And how are you going to take him out? How? You better take him out like immediately. Oh no, we're going to wait till later. Wait till later? Yeah, we already have all of his confessions. I can't live forever in jail. I can't do this. Woe is me. Don't take me alive. You know, the kind of a Steely Dan, Larry Carlton thing. Is that what you're doing? Well, guess what? He screwed up. He got out somehow. I don't know how. He got out. And you had a weapon that wasn't even fired. You had a weapon that the dogs can't even pick up on this, and that wasn't going to match. And you're going to do what? Excuse me. You're not going to wait. You're not going to use a weapon. You're going to use a what? Some kind of a directional mic. Well, what's the purpose of this guy then? Why did you do that? If you're going to, now listen to me, follow me. Is everybody following this? Everybody following me? Okay. If you insist upon the mic, which some would say, you know what? That's got some style to it. That's got some style. Don't even bother with him. Just do the microphone and that's it. What do you need him there in the first place for? Why is he even there with a rifle he doesn't use and can't fire because of the safety? Why do we have to go and look at his girlfriend? Why do we have somebody who's writing a note? Goodbye, cruel world. Why? Why not just set him up with a microphone and that's it? That's it. Are you following me? Think how much easier that would be. Wow, bang. What happened? I don't know. Who was it? I don't know. Do you think TPUSA will receive small donations? Yes. How small? But big donors? Anybody who knows about money, who's putting their money in this? They never even talk about their movement. They talk about this. But let me go back. And thank you, by the way, Let me go back. Would you do it my way? If you really want to do this, if you want to use this, let's say this is black and this is the road, then fine. Just do this. Say, Tyler, goodbye, go home. We don't need you, buddy. We don't need you. Why? We got this. What the hell do I need you up here for? You're just going to gum up the works. Just have this. That's it. Same story, same facts, same everything, just this. And people say, what the hell is this? I don't know. And they do this thing. They take him to the hospital and they find him. And the TPUSA people say, is this glass on the ground? It sure as hell might be. Please look, be my guest. I don't know what this is. What is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is the thing that blew up? If it did blow up, where? We don't even know. It's a lot easier that way. Why are you complicating things with this intermediary? So my problem with this is we have the most incompetent people at the TPUSA level, at the ERIKA level, and apparently at the assassin level. Why are you doing this? What are you? And then you've got some poor. I'd love to sit with this prosecutor and say, you want to have a drink? Yeah, let me pour you a stiff one. How did you walk into this? What the fuck is wrong with you? You do know you're going to be, this thing is going nowhere, right? You do know that. I hope you weren't planning on any kind of big career in politics, maybe one day running for DA or what is the, who talked you into this? This is a joke. And if Tyler were to get on, if I could really write the script, he said there was are you Tyler? State your name for the record. Tyler Robinson. Tyler, did you do this? Nope. Were you there? Mm-hmm. I was there, all right. Tyler, is that you on that roof? Nope. Was that your grandfather's rifle? I think so, because it's missing. Tyler, did you bring it? Nope. Tyler, did you write these letters to your girlfriend, boyfriend? Nope. Did you go on Discord after you were Mirandized? Nope. Did you leave a note underneath that? Nope. Uh-uh. Were you there? I was there. Now, why he was there, I don't know. I think he was there. So what? You know all those people who were there? They were there too. And also, Mr. Lintbrush was there. But so what? Your witness, Mr. Robinson, are you saying that you didn't fire this weapon? No, I didn't fire any weapon. And obviously the ATF agrees with me. What am I doing here? I didn't fire anything. They never even checked my hand. They never, nothing. Mr. Robinson, did you admit to this to the cops? No. Did you say this? Did you say it was me? I was there? Yeah. Why'd you turn yourself in? Because they told me, you know, that sheriff, that nice sheriff, theoretically, the nice sheriff who quit, he told me, you better turn yourself in. But I didn't do it. I'm not saying turn yourself in. I'm saying to save your life. Because if you're walking around, you're going to be all of a sudden wake up one day and all these red dots are all over you. And if you scratch your ass or scratch your balls, they will unload on you. They'll swear you went for a gun. You better turn yourself in to save your ass. That's why I did it. I wasn't confessing to anything. I feared. I didn't want to do maybe I've done it too far, but I realized if I'm on the street, I'm doomed. I got a better chance in prison, or in jail rather, I should say, waiting for this. And then all of this just, so which area, which level do you want to take? Because we're all in the same boat, because this has just started. We don't know anything yet. We don't know anything yet. And all I know is Candace is laughing her took us off by telling George, can you believe this? We're on vacation and we just dropped this stink bomb, this shit burger. Boom. Everybody now is saying, oh my God, see you in 2 weeks. Get your stories straight, boys. Have a nice day. CO over and out. And she has a time of her life, and she'll watch this stuff and laugh. Don't you know what's happening? 1 day, 5 days, and Candace is back. 3 days, and Candace is back. 2 days, Candace is back tomorrow. Oh my God. Can you? Oh my God. Stop what you're doing. They'll stop the World Cup to do this. That's right, Stevie. Bless your heart. They'll stop the World Cup. That's right. Candace Owens is back from the vacation. We stop right now. Let's get wait. She's entering. She's on with Baron. The world is going to be watching. And then Candace goes back and says, did you miss me? Anything happen? Oh, let me see. What were we going to find out? Remember when they would tie a little bow on your finger? I did this to remind myself. What are we going? Oh, yes, I remember. Yes, the pictures. Well, anybody? How did the pilgrims overreact? How did the children overreact? And meanwhile, everybody and their mother is going to be, as we say, rolling tape to just put together this. I mean, this one. And I would say, hey, listen, boys, TPUSA, ERIKA, it goes double for you. Candace is on vacation. Don't say anything. If you go on TV, talk about loving the Lord, read from the Bible. Don't bring this up for 2 weeks. You're going to drive her crazy? Don't say anything. They can't do that. They can't do it. I would. I'd say, every time I'd go on, I'd say, did I ever read to you the book of Ephesians? Ristikal says, I can't wait until see his family finally comes forward. Charlie family. Yes. I wonder if the kids are even his blood. You know, I'll tell you, and thank you, by the way. We don't know. We don't know. I asked Candace, as you saw before, I said, what is the story regarding his parents? And she said they're very, very private people. Okay, fair enough. Very, very private people. I understand that. And as far as the children, I don't know. I really, that sometimes the speculation really is even beyond. That's not my expertise. I have no interest. I wish nothing. My When people say this, it's said with such frequency. I don't think it means anything anymore. But my heart goes out to these poor kids when they find out what happened. I mean, I really mean it. Their father was. I think they must know. They're going to find out. But if you did find out that was the case, it wouldn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me. Nothing. I don't know anything about it. We start getting into the stuff about, well, was she ever pregnant? Well, was Michelle Obama ever pregnant? I don't know. I mean, this is where I say I'm not even interested in that. I'm interested in the facts of the case as they deal with Charlie. I really, you know what I mean? Seriously, I don't know. But let me tell you something. Candace, it has been absolutely positively the belle of the ball. And she has been able to, and nobody, let me tell you something. I know people who, let me ask you something. Is anybody here watching me right now? Have any of you cared anything about Taylor Swift and what's his face getting married at the Garden, at Madison Square Garden? You never heard anything about that, did you? You never cared anything about that. This is it. This is the most important thing in the world. So what's going to happen is she's going to come back. She's going to come back after her vacation. And it's going to be the biggest. She's going to explode. And in the meantime, something tells me, I don't know this, but her staff and her production staff is going to say, I want you to, again, as we used to say, roll tape. And I want everything that these idiots say about me and Charlie 100%. So let's just have fun. Everybody else is going to be doing it as well. And they're going to go crazy. They're going to go crazy. They're not going to know what to do. And with her not saying anything or speaking elliptically, they won't know what to do. Candace is like Trump in that Trump creates things for people to say. There are people who did not care at all about politics, but they care about Trump. It's true. They didn't know anything about anything, but they know about Trump. They know about Trump. They know about him. They know about his what he says. And they never have anything to say politically. They have no worldview. They have no ideology, but they just hate Trump. And there are people who either love or hate Candace. This is the biggest thing anybody's ever seen. So I know I've thrown a lot at you, but always look at the other side. Switch the facts. This is the lawyer in me. Switch the facts. Okay, what about this? Okay, can we eliminate anybody? Who would be the most likely? And also, wouldn't it have been better not to have any phony baloney non-sniper who didn't even fire a rifle, apparently? Just use the plant. And by the way, the most interesting of all the pictures was this almost perfect square with what appears either to be lividity, livor mortis, or bruising or trauma or something around what appears to be almost a tape. It was interesting, a square. It was though this was adhesed to the body. I don't know. I thought that was very interesting. Right under what appears to be the right nipple. Yep. We'll see. Remember, and I want you to listen carefully, we're going to find out when they release all the paperwork, when they release all the discovery. And I wish the defense would be a little bit more helpful. There's no gag order for evidence, for lab results. And no, let's see it. Show us everything, especially when they dissected the neck. What was in there? Oh, that's the most important part. Because if there was nothing in there, and where is the mic? Where is it? What was, I want everything accounted for. What in that car is missing? And did this mic record anything? Do we have any recordings like all of a sudden, bang? Did this mic even work? Was it just a dummy? Was it a facsimile mic? Or was it actually an operating mic that had BETN or Semtex or whatever, Plastique or whatever you want to call it? We don't know. We don't know. And there's also something. If evidence has been destroyed, lost, it's a term is called spoliation. And you can do either a motion for sanctions or a motion to address, where is this? Where is the evidence? Did you ever have it? Then we get into the negligent collection versus we had it, but we don't have it anymore. It happens a lot of times when you have, sometimes you can say, can we do an independent sampling of that DUI breath or that blood sample? Oh, we had to use it up to do our own testing. You couldn't leave us a sample to test? No, sorry. That's also called spoliation. And you ask the court to determine why that happened. So let me just tell you something. You ain't seen nothing yet. This is just what if. Once the proposed evidence starts rolling in, then we're able to frame our questions better, put them within the four corners of a particular worldview, and go after it that way. Then it's going to get real good. I mean, real good. And wait till, and I'm sure they're going to take depositions. Wait till old Lance. Say, Lance, were you granted immunity? Let's hear about that. You do know that one can make the argument that you could be looking at accessory after the fact, a harboring of it, because you're in communication with him and he's talking about you about not going to the police. So were you offering immunity? Interesting. And I noticed you seem to have abandoned your gay, trans. Is that true? Yeah. Was that ever true? Were you lying about that? Were you lying about being trans? Yeah. And if you were lying then about that, you're not lying about this, right? Right. Because you kind of changed your mind pretty quick, didn't you? I mean, you went to Texas. Wow, that was interesting. Did you just abandon that lifestyle? Yeah. And did you abandon the truth? We'll get to that later. So many wonderful opportunities for glaring and wonderful cross-examination. My dear friends, I thank you so much. Did you have fun tonight? Did you have fun with Uncle Lionel? Did you? It's all that matters. Let me ask you, my friends, please follow Mrs. L. She has the most phenomenal. Is that up yet, Chris Smith? Watch her, Chris Smith. This is the longest serving congressman in New Jersey. He is incredible. Wait till you hear what he has to say about trafficking, about United Nations. It's incredible. Go to Lynn's Warriors and sign up and listen to this brand new video. This interview is terrific. Lynn's Warriors. Also, my friends, please like this video, subscribe to our channel at Lionel Nation. And even if you have, make sure you're still subscribed, because for some reason people have lost it. They've lost it in many, many ways. And also make sure that you hit that little bell so you're always notified of new streams and the like. Thank you, dear friends, for the super chats. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for everything. We will talk tomorrow. Have a great, oh, look at this. Somebody writes, oh, look at this. They wrote, so much fun. No, Lionel. They wrote, honey. No. It's funny we say that. We're more the Sicilian. We call it nanno. But it's the same thing. And that's an honor. That's an honor. To be no. All right, my friends, have a great and a glorious day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Sleep tight, my friends. And until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da, da.